Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Field Podcast, episode number 54. Today in the building, we have our favorite Usher, Mike, everybody.
Thank you for coming on, Mike.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I mean, you obviously have come to the top of our ranks as the best Usher at Angel Stadium. Nobody comes close in my mind.
Without a doubt. I haven't seen anybody with the hospitality of your level.
No, not at all.
Well, they need to learn from me.
Yeah. And if you guys watch Klutchka vlogs, you obviously know Mike. You've been in plenty. And if you haven't, you got to go learn. You got to learn the lore of Mike the Usher. And
Not the lore.
The lore. You got to learn the backstory.
You're making Mike sound like a Hobbit character, like somebody straight out of Lord of the Rings.
So before we even met, I believe the first person you ever met that was in this world was Andy, right?
Andy, yes.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, you know this?
I don't think I knew this. I don't think I knew
I was
this.
going to say, talking to your mic.
I don't think I knew this.
Yes. So how did that go, Mike, the first time you met Andy?
Well, my son Lucas used to watch you guys on your softball games all the time.
Speaking of Lucas, join us. He's here. He can sit right between your dad and Mobo.
Got a nice seat right there.
This is the Lucas that Mike is referring to.
Please excuse the Dodger gear.
Everyone's like in red. I'm not in red, but I am a supporter. I am a supporter. And then we got Lucas over here.
And you know, just from we would watch you guys all the time, and then I saw Andy at the game, and I thought, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, he's very recognizable.
Yeah.
It's honestly hard to miss him. He's a tall, lanky guy, but you just see the bush of hair.
Braids,
down to the
Mariners.
So then, yeah, I mean, I just went down and talked to him, and
Yeah. And he signed a Trout jersey, right?
yes,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I love that for Andy. Take that, Andy.
poor guy, he's a Mariners fan. He doesn't know any better.
Hey, they've made playoffs more recently than we
That's
have.
true.
Yep.
Unfortunately. But he told us about that story. Then he told us how cool you were. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to meet this Mike guy now. So I remember, I think I went up to you first. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, you know Andy. And then just hit it off from there. Because I'm there all the time. Unlike you, Andy, who only shows up for the Seattle games.
Hey, I love his commitment, though, because once they come into town, he is just, I am going to be there.
He
No
is.
one's going to bother me, and I will sit and watch my baseball.
I think he's gone for Angels Mariners about 80 straight games.
His record, I think, is still going, right?
Yeah. He birth
didn't
of his
miss a beat.
son, work, nothing stops him.
He's there.
I just imagine him at the hospital just like, oh, game time's in 10.
If the Mariners are there, Andy's there.
Yeah. It's like the biggest guarantee to see one of us at a baseball game ever. For me, if there's a cool bobblehead in an Angel game, you can guarantee I'll probably be there. And that's basically where this good friendship started.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, you knew us because you, Lucas, watched the softball games. And how long have you been watching?
5 years.
5 years. So mathing like 2018, 2019. And who are your favorite players? You don't have to say us. Just tell the truth. You can be completely honest.
You.
Me? All right. Awesome. Hey, careful.
Big damn.
Careful. Along with that, Mike, we don't call you the best Usher for no reason. You always interact and are cool with us at the games. We got I wrote down tons of stuff to back this up on why he is the best Usher. I got my evidence. You don't take your job too seriously. You're always chill and relax with the fans. Because I've met some Ushers at Angel Stadium who are the complete opposite of Mike, and they take it way too seriously, like they're protecting the world's most expensive diamond from a bank vault locked away in Saudi Arabia or something. And I'll just say, careful when you're on the first base dugout line, and careful when you're by the left field foul pole. I won't say specifics, but just watch out for some Ushers over there. And you've also given not just me, but multiple of my friends MLB baseballs. We've seen plenty of amazing games at that stadium, many amazing sad ones.
Yeah.
My favorite, though, is a recent one that just happened last year, my birthday. Still got the sign from my birthday up there. You were able to get the right field pavilion to sing me happy birthday.
Yep.
So thank you for that. The no-hitter, we saw a no-hitter, Reed Detmers.
Reed Detmers.
That happened. And those are just some of the many reasons that I call you the best Usher. And Mobo, when did you meet Mike for the first time?
I think I met Mike I want to say, how long have you guys like been in contact? You and Mike? Probably
3
2 or
years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. I want to say maybe like 2021, 22 season. So around there, I had gone. I know I met you a couple of times, but as
Yeah.
far as like sitting down to talk, hasn't really been much except for I think your birthday. Your birthday's when like I
Yeah.
kind of got to know Mike a little bit more because I mean, well, he's talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And we're all chatting.
Now, that actually leads perfectly into this. Not only have we known each other for a few years now, but I don't think I've ever asked this. How long have you actually been an usher at Angel Stadium?
This will be my 8th year,
8th year.
Nice.
and I'll never leave. They're
So-
gonna have to drag me out.
I love that. So
Yeah.
you were hired like right after the last time we made playoffs.
Yes.
No. Were you signing up for the job being like, oh, playoff baseball, so cool. Can't wait to see more.
Well, I always
How do you think?
always want the Angels to go to the playoffs.
How do you think I felt? Literally, the last time we made playoffs, we had the best record in baseball, and I'm like, this is it. This is our time. We are so going to be in the playoffs every year moving forward. We haven't made the playoffs since.
Oh my goodness.
But I've been an Angel fan my whole life.
Okay,
But I grew up in Barstow, so that's
you're doing a good job here. You got 2 of the questions out of the way yourself. I was going to say, before being hired by the Angels, were you actually an Angel fan?
yes.
Yeah? I love
Absolutely.
that.
I can remember going when spring training for the Angels was in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Love that. And then what was the other one you just answered? Oh, where did you grow up? That was, yeah.
in Barstow.
Yeah.
And I'd get to a couple games a year.
So California born and raised.
Right.
Love it.
Nice.
But then I moved here, and I told my wife, I said, I want to be an usher.
Yeah. After you get to watch games for free.
And so,
Dude.
yeah, then well, it was a little hard. Lucas was younger, and it was harder.
Yeah.
But then he got a little older, and then I had a little bit more free time, and
Yeah.
I applied, got hired right away, and I'm never leaving.
So what's that process like to become an MLB usher? What's the applying process?
I don't know how it is now.
Yeah.
But at that time,
when you went through it.
yeah, I'd filled out the application online,
Uh-huh.
and then it was probably 2 weeks later they called me to go for an interview.
Yeah.
And so when I went, there was I thought, what the heck is going on here? There was
Tons
at
of
least
people.
200 people,
Jeez.
but it was for ushers and
Just like a plethora of other
right,
positions
other
for the
positions.
Okay.
And then they would take you in 4 at a time, and had the interviews. But so then they ask you, what did you want to do? And the only thing I wanted was usher. So, and then after that, it was probably like a week later they called me, and then
Nice. And so when you got the job, were you, so 8 years, have you always been right field pavilion?
no, when you first start, you're you. I don't even know what they call it now. Anyways, like you rove around, you fill in for when
Okay.
other people are
Yeah.
missing, and so you do that, and then finally one day the captain out there, Richard, asked me, did I want a permanent position out there, and I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I love right field.
Same. It's one of my favorite spots to sit at that stadium.
Now, Sunday afternoons in July and August, it might not be the greatest place.
I just
Hey,
feel-
maybe even some games in April. They get a little toasty out there.
I'd just be like, hey, can I have that day off? I'll work Monday through Saturday.
You're like looking for people on the schedule during the week. You're like, yeah, I could do that night game. I could do that night game.
But I love right field. I love the people out in right field.
Yeah. And you've made good friends with us, and
Yeah.
the other usher you've brought into our life is Greg. So when did you and Greg become like a pairing? Because Greg's always working the section next to you.
Right.
So has that been the thing ever since you got to right field, or did he come in later?
No, he was in right field before I was,
Okay.
and we actually were hired at the same time.
Okay, nice.
And then he was there, I think, a year before me,
Gotcha.
and then
And now it's just life.
now we're just
So working with MLB, the Angels, what kind of discounts does an MLB usher get in this case? What do the Angels offer?
fun and excitement.
Fun
There-
and
there-
just-
there's really sometimes you can get the discount tickets
Okay.
when it's
When they
the middle
want.
of August,
Yeah.
and we're playing
Yeah.
whoever,
Yeah. Like
But-
an Oakland A's game.
yeah, Oakland A's. But besides that,
Yeah. No team store discounts or anything?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually never used it, but I I believe you can get and I'm guessing here it's like
Yeah.
30% off or something
Dang.
like that.
That's pretty good.
Hey, that's a lot more than other places. I know some places they won't even kick you 5%.
When I was applying for jobs pre-YouTube, I applied at Boomers before they become a thing of the past because they're all slowly getting.
They have become a
flattened.
thing of the past. I haven't seen a boomer besides the one in Irvine.
yeah.
The only one I know left is the one in Irvine. Anyways, I applied to one, and they told me no family discounts, not even for me. And I was like, wow.
I would just immediately just walked away. I'm like, nope.
I was like, nothing, like not even like 5%. But whatever. I didn't get that job anyway, and I ended up in a way better career. So
That's right.
Take that,
Yeah,
Boomers.
there you go.
While all your plots are being flattened. But the circle you created out there with Greg, I haven't really met anybody else, but what's the inner circle of ushers that you've come to know?
Well, you get to know a lot, especially the ones that were hired because there's
Same.
quite a few that were hired with me at the same time.
Yeah.
There's well, I think you've met Sue.
I've briefly met
she's
her.
a little bit newer than
She's the one that brings the glove, right?
right.
Yeah.
No, that was Tanya.
Oh, Tanya.
She's actually gone now.
Oh, she is?
She left.
Damn. Maybe you need to start bringing your glove.
I was saying,
no.
are you actually allowed to bring your glove?
They let her.
Mike's like, well, it's not in
They
the
let
policy.
her and
I don't see why not.
Uh,
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, it'd be fun because you guys can catch balls and then just shoot them to the kids.
well,
Yeah.
not really.
oh,
Like the balls I get
Yeah.
are from batting practice.
Yeah.
Like we'll pick them up before, and then I like to give them out to people, to
Yeah.
kids, whoever. During the game, you probably shouldn't
Not give those away?
you probably shouldn't be fighting with the fans for a ball.
No.
That's
I could
That's-
just see Mike just diving over.
No.
Just
Oh,
right
would
field,
she
trying
wear
to-
it in the game?
yeah.
Oh, I thought she only did it
But
during BP.
she wouldn't catch balls. She kind of just wanted to, like,
feel part of it.
Yeah,
She-
show
she
hey,
played
get
the
the
leg.
ball up here.
Get the fans involved.
I actually gave her the glove.
Oh, really?
Because I coach Little League. I have an older son too.
Okay. I didn't know
And
that
he's-
because every
well,
time
he-
you only talk about Lucas.
Yeah, he's 41. He lives in Las
Oh,
Vegas.
okay.
With my new grandson, he's 17 months old now. His name is Cannon. But so I coached him in Little League and high school.
Yeah.
And then with Lucas in Little League. So, I had a lot of gloves. And one day she just asked about a glove. And so I brought it to her.
Nice.
And she would use it.
Lucas, what do you play in Little League? What position?
First base and pitcher.
That was a close one. You almost just decked him with the mic.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to deck him for the viewers.
No, he barely missed him, but it was cool.
No, there was like a centimeter of clearance, but we're okay.
That's barely missing. That's what I played growing up. I played first base and pitcher. And now, did you choose those positions, or did the coaches stick you there?
He stuck me at first base.
I wanted to play first. You know why? Because the ball always comes to you for the main part. It's hit to the outfield. You're the cutoff at second. It's a ground ball. The ball's going to you. You're always involved in the action. And so that's why I liked it. But, yeah, same thing, played that growing up. Mobo, your Little League experience was what?
was 0, guys.
Oh,
I didn't play a lick of Little League.
Yeah, I thought you played like 1 year at least.
No, I didn't play any. The only sports I legitimately played, I did wrestling for a week and then I broke my wrist. I did soccer for 2 years and then I got into a fight with the ref. And then baseball in college, I signed up for it, not only playing Dodger films, never once went to the tryout. Because I told Cap, and Cap was the one that immediately. He tries being nice, guys, but it comes off wrong sometimes. So he, in the nicest way possible, he was like, "You are never gonna make it," and I was like, "All right, cool," and I just never went. But that's my Little League story.
Back to being an MLB usher, Mike. I believe the dress code, since I've gone to games, has always been the same.
Yeah.
So-
since I've been there.
Yeah. So for that, it's what do you call that hat you guys wear? I don't even know what it is.
Oh, is it like the
Bowl?
yellow
Usher hat.
Usher straw hat
Straw
kind of
hat,
thing?
yeah.
straw hat?
And you know the thing is,
Uh-huh.
when at first I didn't really like it, but it's grown on me. People love that hat.
Yeah.
I've had people offer me like $200 for the hat.
Wow.
Really?
And I tell them I can't sell it to you because then how do I go back and tell them I don't have a hat?
It just feels exclusive because if that person were to have it, they'd be like, "Hey, do you have an MLB Usher hat?" I actually,
I could imagine just the wads of money in his face being like, dude, give me the hat.
Yeah, I've had people offer me all kind. Yeah,
yeah, I've done something similar because I was in a phase where I thought Chipotle had like the dopest hat, like the plain black hat with the bar right here. And I wanted one so bad, and I went to Chipotle, and I thought they sold merch, like In-N-Out does.
Yeah.
They have like their shirts and everything. So I was like, "Hey, do you guys sell your hats?" And they were like, "Oh no." And I'm like, "Damn it!" And then I went on Poshmark, and an ex-Chipotle employee was selling hers, and I was like, "Hey, I'll buy it." She sold it to me for like $20. And I was like, so I got my Chipotle hat at the end of the day.
I was gonna say, have you had people also trying to buy? It's like a not jersey necessarily, but it's like a warm up
or
jersey, right?
jackets.
Yeah, the jackets.
Yeah, I mean, not as much as a hat.
Yeah.
That surprises me. People always want the hat.
How are those? Are they like breathable and comfortable?
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, you think of like baseball uniforms back in the day. Remember how heavy they
Yeah.
used to be? Heavy and itchy, and
Was that really always a thing? I always saw that like through movies and stuff. Just
Yeah.
the I guess the joke of being like, oh, the jersey's super itchy.
No,
dude, look at my
just-
Vlad one. We can literally get my Vlad one after this. It's heavy.
No, I know it's a little like, it's a little thicker. I have a Majestic Pools one.
Yeah.
That one is horrible to wear like in 90-degree plus heat because it's all trapped and like you said, it's heavy.
Oh, you're talking about the shirt.
Well, I was just saying maybe like
Oh.
the Usher uniforms back
Yeah,
in the day.
yeah,
also.
the shirt. Oh no, the shirts are nice.
Yeah.
they're light and comfortable. The jacket too. People will ask about the jacket once in a while. I'm a warm weather guy. I don't really like to wear the jacket unless it's freezing.
Yeah. Are you allowed to make like any modifications, or is it just straight up
No.
you gotta?
Yeah.
Because I've seen like, have you seen the Usher? He mainly or not Usher. What are the guys that sell snacks? What's the name?
Concessions people.
Or the hawkers
Yeah, yeah,
in the yellow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know
yes.
who you're talking about.
The guy with
vendors,
he
the
cut
vendors.
his sleeves off.
Yeah. Well, he wants to show off his guns.
Dude, he is ripped.
He
I'll give him
is.
that. But I'm like, dude, this guy just shows up and he's just jacked, and he's
He
just
is.
selling like hot dogs.
Yes, he is.
He's like hot dog, and like she's like
Yeah.
the veins popping.
There is a guy too. He's like the life of the party. This one time I went to a Dodger game. He had the ice cream and it had all the cold mist coming out, and he just started dancing. But he also works at Angel Stadium,
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, "Aha, I got you, traitor."
There's quite a few that
I'm assuming it helps them keep a more full season job because when the
Yeah.
Angels go on the road, the Dodgers are home and swap.
they actually work. I think for a company, and I don't if it's Legends or whatever.
yeah.
So, like I know some of them, and they
Yeah.
work at SoFi or they work
all
at Dodger
over.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they work quite a few different places across the street at the pond.
Okay. What were you doing before you were an usher? What was like your first job or like your jobs along the way?
Pretty much for the last 38 years, I've worked for school districts.
Okay.
I've been a custodian, a grounds department. I love the grounds department.
Yeah.
And that was in Barstow. And then when I moved over here, now I still work at Downey Unified,
Okay.
and I'm a utility worker, maintenance.
Okay.
And
So when you say grounds, you like taking
mowing the
care.
grass,
Okay.
taking care of the.
Was there ever a future of grounds crew at Angel
Oh,
Stadium?
I would love that job too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot of openings in there though.
Yeah. I'm sure they like their job and they hang on to that.
Yeah.
I know, and the thing we mentioned this because we had to go pick up Mobo today for the podcast.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But we talked about this on the way, how because it's been raining for 4 straight days here in California,
Just about.
and the one of the few rainouts I've been to at Angel Stadium, it sprinkled. It was when me and him were going to. You went.
Oh no. I remember now.
It was against the Twins.
Twins.
And it sprinkled, and they canceled the game. And I remember Brad Osmus was the manager. He was out there like kicking the grass, and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? It's not even wet. But I heard it's because Angel Stadium has like the poorest drainage system for these kinds of situations because we rarely have them.
Yeah.
But-
I think that's the only time I've ever.
Yeah, I can't recall another rainout. And have you been to other MLB stadiums outside of California?
I've been to Dodger Stadium. No, not really.
So they think we're crazy
Well, yeah.
whenever it rains.
Yeah.
I went to Pittsburgh. It rained, and I was like, "Oh man, they're gonna cancel the game." I asked a fan of the videos. I was like, "Hey, like it's getting canceled, right?" And he laughed. He was
Laughed
like,
at you.
he was like, "For this?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry. Back home, it's sprinkled, and they canceled the game."
Yeah.
So it happened there. It rained for 2 hours in Texas, water falling from deck to deck, and they still played. And I was like, dude,
I was gonna say you got heavy rain too, also in Chicago, right? Chicago White Sox was pouring.
oh, it was hailing. It was 30 degrees.
They didn't cancel that one, right? They
Nope,
postponed
they
it for
played
Still
that
played.
one. The same thing in Colorado. It rained heavy for like 10 minutes, and then they're like, no, we're on. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, especially in a MLB season, you play 162 games. A game delayed can throw a wrench into that system so badly.
Well, we're spoiled here.
But yeah, with our weather especially.
such good weather I always complain whenever I go, like when I go to right field, I'm always like, it's a little hot. And then like by like the first 30 minutes after, I'm like,
Once the sun goes
yeah.
down.
Once it goes right under it, it's like, okay.
So when we hit off season, and obviously the 9 months of your job where you're the usher, you're mainly doing school district work or other events as an usher.
Yeah, we do like just this last weekend we had Monster Jam.
Yeah.
And so for a couple weeks from the 1st of January till I think our last event is in 2 more weeks. It's either Supercross or Monster Jam. So we work those.
Yeah.
And then
So you're only working usher at Angel Stadium. They don't send you to other venues or anything.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't want to go anywhere else.
No. Nice, close to home,
Yeah.
good venue. Let me ask you this about Angel Stadium, because this is always a 50-50 debate. Our Rock, do you like it?
I do like it.
I love Our Rock.
Yes, I do like it.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
It's a rock. And the waterfall.
It looks beautiful. It looks
Lucas,
awesome.
you're a Dodger fan. How do you like Our Rock? What do you think about Our Rock?
I like it.
All right, cool.
We're 4 for 4.
I'm pretty sure it's Andy who doesn't like The Rock.
I think he just hates on
course.
it because Seattle never had a rock.
I love stadiums that are. That's why I want to, or I love MLB stadiums. They're all very unique. Like NBA arenas, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Football can be different. I'd say for uniqueness, it's baseball, football, basketball, and I just love how every stadium's got its thing. And we have a rock. And if you didn't know this, the rock forms an A. If you didn't know that,
That's right.
makes a nice little A for Angels. So that's a little fun fact for you. Let us know in the comments. Do you love Our Rock? I love Our Rock.
I love the rock.
We all
Now
love the rock.
I'm old enough to remember that the big A
It was
used to be
Yeah,
right there.
it was
behind
visible.
left field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you have to like lean and look for it. You're like, oh yeah, it's all the way out there in the parking lot.
I've seen people tailgate under the A.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
people
yeah.
all the time. And it used to be white, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was.
The A used to be white.
I think so. If I'm wrong, you can tell me.
I don't know about a lot of stadiums.
Yeah.
But you can tailgate at Angel Stadium.
Yeah.
You can at Dodger
Yeah,
Stadium.
Dodger Stadium.
They don't allow
They
it.
don't like it. Yeah, Angel
don't like
Stadium's
fun.
cool. The best tailgating stadium I've been to was Milwaukee. They love it out there. It makes sense. I mean, Milwaukee's the brewers, like literally beer.
hard.
And so, yeah, they did a great job. These guys we met before the game were tailgating. They never went in, I think. And then we walked the same path back and they were still going.
there?
And I was like, you guys didn't even watch the game? Like, no, we were just in the parking lot the whole time. But hey, why not go out, have a good time? And for you, Mike, sports, besides working for them, did you play sports growing up?
Yes, I played Little League, high school baseball,
Yeah.
and 2 years of junior college.
Oh, nice. So you
So,
made it pretty up the ranks.
I was a catcher.
Catcher. Love.
Yeah, obviously not
Right.
good enough for MLB, but it was fun. It kept me going to school.
Righty, lefty, switch hitter.
Righty.
Righty.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll give you how about a Buster Posey comparison?
Well, I was okay.
Okay. You're good enough to make
Probably
it
more
on.
like Austin Barnes.
How do you feel about him, Lucas? I know Dodger fans are not too fond of.
I like him.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this too in the car, the bobblehead effect of the Dodgers.
Oh.
You literally just have to put on the uniform and they give you a bobblehead. Austin Barnes gets one. Jason Hayward's getting one this year.
Joe Kelly got one.
Joe Kelly built hype for himself, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Like he built the mariachi
earned it.
thing.
Yeah, Mariachi Joe.
He earned it off the field. So I'll get off the field podcast.
Oh!
See what I did there? But yeah, I'll give it to Joe Kelly. But literally, I've seen bobbleheads of guys that I'm like, why? I wouldn't be shocked if Colton Wong gets a bobblehead. I don't even know if he's still a Dodger, but he got traded last year to the
Pedro
Dodgers.
Baez bobblehead coming soon.
Who's your favorite Dodger, Lucas?
Shohei Ohtani.
No, he's not a Dodgers.
He hasn't.
yet.
He hasn't touched the field yet. So prior to Shohei Ohtani.
Before
Mookie Betts.
Okay.
the Mook.
All the big contracts that they're signing.
Okay, before Freddie.
Well, Freddie came post Mookie. And it's like Mookie said, I don't know if you saw that clip. I'm sure everybody did. That everybody that plays the Dodgers, it's going to be like their World Series. It is. If we can even beat you guys in one game. I'm going to
Just one.
celebrate. I'm going to throw a party.
Mike and the Usher, as soon as like we won the series
Oh,
for the Freeway Series.
That was the most surprising thing to me. Prior to this year, we had the Dodgers number. They were always better than us, but we would beat them every year.
Every time we meet them, huh?
Yeah.
Every time we see it, just
And I couldn't believe it. This year is what I expected every time we played the Dodgers. I was always ready for impending doom, ready for everybody to send me jokes and memes and make fun of me. And I was like, dude, there's no way. And then like every game, there's the one where Kenley didn't back up home plate and we won on a walk-off. There's the one where Calhoun gunned down the final run at home plate to end the game. Like Trout hit a second deck moonshot off Maeda one of those games. We just kept beating them somehow until last year. It got to the point, and I want to know what other baseball fans think on this topic. It was last year, Kershaw was throwing a no-hitter into the seventh at Angel Stadium, and Rengifo roped one down the line, and I was like, we were getting beat so bad. It was like 8-1 or something like that. I was rooting for the no-hitter, and I'm an Angel fan, but I'm also a fan of history. So I was like, you know what? We're going to lose anyways. So if we're going to lose, I'd love to see history. So that's my opinion. I know some people who are like, no, if it's my team, no, never want to see it. What do you guys say?
I don't want to see him no hit us either.
I'm a hater until it happens.
Lucas was like,
I like Kershaw.
yeah.
I do like him. Would I like to see him get one? Yeah, but not against us.
Yeah. Okay, but what if it was any other team? Say the Tigers were doing it. Would that be?
No, I don't want him to get a
So
nobody.
nobody. Okay.
They can get him against whoever, but not us.
Ever since I've been an Angel fan, we've never been no hit ever.
I think the last time we did was like in the 80s.
Dude,
I
it
think
had
the
to
end of
be
80s or early 90s.
It had to have
We
been
looked it up
before
once.
I was born.
Yeah.
Like, it never once. We've had plenty of no hitters. That's like our highlights.
Yeah.
Mobo, what do you feel?
I'm a hater until the end. As soon as it starts or
Yeah.
as soon as it ends, I'm like, oh, you got a no hitter. But before that, I'm hating on you. I
Oh.
do not want to see it happen.
Yeah. Lucas, how would you feel? I mean, because the Dodgers have actually been no hit in my lifetime by Arrieta, the Cubs, the other one. So are you rooting for it if you're like, whatever, we're going to get beat anyway? Or are you like, no, never?
No, because I don't want to see it happen to my team. But anybody else, yes.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. So I guess I'm in a boat alone.
You're in the bubble.
I've gone through so much pain that I'm like, especially in that one, we were down so bad. And I'm like, dude, if it happens, at least we saw a no-hitter. All right, but let us know in the comments. What side are you on? Are you on the love seat side or the couch side?
Couch.
Because everybody over there has agreed, and I'm just alone over here.
Join us. We got a couch.
Yeah,
He's only got one seat.
it's true. And next up, so baseball was a sport you played. Did you dive into other sports, or was it just baseball?
All he played was baseball.
Okay.
Now, and my older son,
Mm-hmm.
when he went to high school.
Yeah.
Then I worked at the school district anyways.
Yeah.
And I became I always loved football. I didn't play.
Yeah.
But then I became a coach, assistant coach. And so I coached football for probably 15 years.
Okay. I don't think we've ever discussed football. Who are you a fan of,
Oh,
Mike?
Chargers.
Chargers. Okay.
Oh wow.
So you, Art, Fernando, and Javi from the softball games are all in one.
Isn't
little-
technically Gabe a Chargers fan too?
I don't know what Gabe is. Gabe's a fan of whatever's cool at the moment.
See the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Now, I love the Rams when they were here. They left.
Broke your heart.
Didn't want nothing to do with them. Greatest show on turf. I didn't care. Wanted them to lose every game.
Yeah.
They're back. That's Lucas's favorite team.
So you're a Rams fan. Okay. Oh,
And I'm-
he's really a Rams fan. He was like,
I'm kind of a
I
Rams
was
fan.
ecstatic to be a Rams fan.
I mean, I'll root for the Rams unless they're playing the Chargers.
Harbaugh. Yeah.
We're going to Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. I'm glad that both of us, because I'm a Seahawks fan.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's one of the few teams that's given me happiness
Yeah.
in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
I thought we were facing impending doom after we traded Russ. Gino took us to the playoffs.
did.
Almost got us to the playoffs
I
again.
had Gino on my fantasy team, and he killed it for me.
Yeah. And so I love the Seahawks, always will. And firing Pete, well, not firing, but mutually parting ways with Pete Carroll, I was like, wow, this is different.
Now, I'll say, if we didn't get Harbaugh, I wanted Pete.
Yeah. I feel like
I would
Pete's,
have took him.
well, he signed like a upper office
Yeah.
thing with us. But yeah, I love the guy we hired, Mike McDaniel, whatever his name is. He came from the Ravens. Defensive coordinator, seems like a strong, head solid coach. So I'm excited for him. And I didn't even notice this. The Super Bowl 49 anniversary was like last week, the one that no Seahawks fan wants to remember. And I didn't even know that day had passed because it was on the same day we hired the head coach.
Yeah.
So none of that news like got into my feed or anything. And I saw a picture. It was a cartoon of a soldier like this blocking a bunch of pictures of the Super Bowl. And then it was all the Seahawks fans sleeping peacefully because he's blocking all the news of that coming through. And I was like, wow. I think I was going to bed at like 1 a.m. And I was like, I didn't even know that was today. I was like, I only heard we hired the coach. So thank you. You are already doing a great job. And Lucas, do you play anything other than baseball?
I play football.
What are you playing football?
Right tackle.
Okay. Blocking that quarterback.
Well, tell him what team you're on.
Tustin Cobras.
The Cobras. All right.
Tustin Cobras. Yeah.
Okay, nice. What teams is so when you play baseball, are you wearing uniforms of actual major league teams? Like, are you like the Tigers or the A's, or what teams have you been?
The Dodgers, the Phillies,
Dodgers, Phillies. I've been on both of those
Pirates
teams.
1 year.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Pirates.
My goal, I always just wanted to be like the teams that nobody got to be. So like every year when I played, there was always an Angels, always a Dodgers, always a Yankees, always a Red Sox. So I was like, can somebody pick a unique team? And so I'm jealous of the Pirates. That's one I don't think I ever saw. And like I was the Cubs 1 year. That was one that never really got into the rotation. That might be it. Padres never even get love, and they're a California team.
Were you ever a Red?
Nope.
No Reds.
Yeah.
I was an Angel, a Dodger, a Giant, a Red Sox, a Philly, a Cub, and that was it. Yeah.
Oh, we were the Mets at one point.
That's a cool one. The Mets.
Well,
Oh yeah.
like we play at North Sunrise.
Okay.
Well, now we've moved up to
Yeah.
50, 70 or juniors. But during Little League, usually the younger teams get the Pirates, the Brewers.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. The younger teams get all the cool, unique ones, and then the older teams are always like the ones you see every
So
year.
when he was 11, they were having trouble. Nobody wanted to be a coach for a major team, and I told him, okay, I'll coach, but I knew he liked the Dodgers, so that's how we ended up with the Dodgers. I said, if I'm going to coach, we got to be the Dodgers,
Yeah.
which I hated wearing it.
I was about to say your skin must have been burning. Just throw the pitch.
That was me when I was on the Dodgers. I was like, got to put this on every day.
I did it because,
He
and
wanted.
then last year I was the manager, and we just wanted something different, so we picked the Phillies.
Yeah, see, like if I ever get to be a coach one day, I'm picking like the most, like we're being the Marlins. We're going to be, who else? The Orioles. Like, that's what I want. And I don't know if you guys can hear this, but my dog, Nikki, is losing her mind right now. And my car, I can look at the cameras when it's parked. There's nobody outside. There's nothing. She's just losing her mind right now. So I don't know if you guys hear that, but if you do, that's what that noise in the background is.
I was gonna say, for you guys in like the unis, do you guys get just the one set of unis for the whole season, or do you guys get multiple and like trade off? Because Dallas not recently, but
Oh
a
my
couple
God.
years back, dude, he would have the sickest jerseys. I mean, he had the home team, the away team, and he had their powder blues, right?
For Little League?
Yeah. That
he
was
play? Where's he play?
that was our reaction.
Swear.
So yeah, what he's
Dude, and they're like major league.
Oh my
like,
God.
quality! It's
Yeah,
insane.
what he's referring to, like when he was on the Phillies, they had the burgundy, like throwback 80s Phillies. They had the powder blue one, they had the pinstripe, and they had like an alternate red. And I'm like, dude, what?
Dude, that's like what, 5 changes already?
Yeah.
6 unis? Like that
Dude.
sounds insane.
Most Little League teams.
You're like,
You get
no.
the hat, the shirt,
No,
the belt.
See, I remember
And the
Cap.
socks.
Cap had a
But-
jersey
But
growing up.
yeah, you have to buy your own pants.
yeah, you did. Yeah. And when I played, do you play Little League or Pony?
Little League.
Little League. So when I was in Little League, there was no effort in the uniforms. It said our city, and then it said in a bar, Angels. and I'm
Yeah.
like, so like, do yours look like that, or does it have like the Dodgers across the chest,
It
like
was like
that?
that, right? Yeah.
Like that? Okay,
For
so
that 1 year,
the
it was just like the little patch up here.
Yeah.
yeah, and then in Pony, like the uniforms were so much better.
Well, they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I'm staying here. But yeah, and I don't know what's changed in Pony since I've started in Little League, but I remember in Little League we had to use like the thinnest barrels. There was like a regulation, and then my friend's like, bro, you can use like an actual bat in Pony, and that's why I switched.
Well, and that's now he's 13, so we're 50, 70, and juniors. And
Yeah.
so we're back to the
Like the actual bats.
the
and-
actual bats.
yeah.
Is it for all Little League, like in that, I guess, middle age, is it only the long barrel bats that's
Yeah.
able to use?
Yeah, and because they don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
They try to keep it as low impact as.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't
Now
really know.
you don't see. I mean, you see the Little League World Series. Those guys.
Those bats go crazy.
Yeah.
I say-
but they're the same bats that we have. I mean,
Do you think?
I don't know. Look,
When
now Lucas can hit,
Yeah.
and he hit one off the fence this year, and then we haven't hit anybody in 5 years hit one over the fence, and he hit one over the fence.
Nice.
Oh, nice, dude.
It was the same thing in Pony. Like you knew the kids who could hit
Yeah.
homers. Like
So when they come up, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I was one of them. Just saying. Like we didn't have a lot of people who hit homers. Like it was like me, a kid named Eddie, and maybe like 3 other kids who had the ability to get it over the fence.
Yeah.
Vicky. She's like, what? Nah, but okay, I gotta ask. Now, since we're on the topic of that, is it really a stereotype? Like, is the stereotype true that when the big kid comes up in Little League, most likely he's gonna hit a bomb? Or like the bigger kids?
Not
are
every
better- are
not
the
every
better
time.
hitters? Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure there's like a huge, tall team
Yeah.
of Giants, but they suck.
That's who eliminated my team from going to Pennsylvania my final year of All Stars. Yeah, we played Diamond Bar, and they all were at least like 6 foot.
Again, 13 years old, 14
I
years old.
was. It was my last year before I could not play anymore. So I was like,
Probably 12.
yeah, something. Yeah.
12
Yeah.
at 6 foot.
Oh, I've seen there's some big kids, huh?
Yeah.
No, that's regular now.
That's what?
That's wait. Repeat that one more time for the audience.
That's regular height at my school now.
What grade are you in?
7th grade.
Bro, I couldn't even hit 5'5", y'all. I couldn't even hit. Dude, Cap, going into freshman year, I was 5'5", he was at least 5'3". I grew a bit. I was 5'7", he was 5'6". Junior year hits, I'm 5'6", 5'7". He's 6. And I'm like, what the hell happened? He's like, I was playing baseball. And I'm like, all right, cool. Just gaining like 7 inches.
I mean-
like, dude, that's insane.
Cap's like the same height as me now. He's a little shorter, but I mean, we're pretty similar. And now I need to ask you, Mike, because this is the thing that it's the dagger in us this offseason. Thoughts on Ohtani? What do you think? You were a captain for trading him this past season.
I didn't think he was going to stay,
Neither did I.
and I would tell people in my section, other ushers that we need to trade him because we need to get the prospects.
Yep.
Of course, nobody wanted to trade him. Oh, he's going to come back. He's going to come back.
Nope.
We all see that he didn't.
Nope.
Well, I love him. He's
Yep.
probably the greatest player.
Yep.
But
Just moved down the 405 a
that's
little bit.
right. And I do I blame him? I don't blame him.
No, I wouldn't either.
There's 700 million reasons why. And not only that,
He's gonna win.
he's going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, and I hate it.
I will never root against him. I wouldn't boo him when he comes. Or
I don't know
and I
how
hope
I'm gonna
people don't.
feel. I think I'm just gonna be like I have no emotion, like because it's gonna be hard to boo him, but it's also gonna be like I don't want to cheer for him.
I don't want to root for him
Yeah.
either.
I honestly think that when he comes back to Angel Stadium, it's not necessarily going to be a boo. There's going to be a couple scattered boos. It's just going to be quiet and then cheering because he's back.
You know what's gonna happen too? The Asian audience that he brought in when we signed him, they're all switching.
Oh,
yeah, they're gone.
They're
gone.
They definitely were not Angels fans. They were Shohei Ohtani
Shohei
fans.
fans.
Oh, yeah.
And
And they're all going to be at Dodger Stadium.
yeah, they will be taking over. And I already saw Mini Tawny. We all know Mini
Yes.
Tawny.
He's already has his Dodgers.
He was at Fan Fest in
yeah.
all Dodgers Mini Tawny. And I was like, wow. If you guys don't know, there's a fan who dresses up like Shohei, and he has Mini Tawny on the back, and he was all over Angel State. Anywhere Ohtani went, he went to all 162 Angel games, road, home, everywhere.
Jeez.
Yeah. So he obviously probably has bank too. And let's talk some positivity on the Angels. We have a few young guys who could potentially pan out to be some great players. So I got 3 right here, and I want to know which one you're leaning towards as your favorite and which one you think has the best potential. We have Zach Neto, we have Nolan Shanwell, and Logan O'Hoppe.
I love all three of them.
Yeah,
All three of them. That's our future.
it is.
I think all three have the potential to be
Yeah,
good major league players.
yeah.
My favorite, if I had to pick a favorite, would be O'Hoppe.
Yeah, I thought so. I love O'Hoppe. I really feel like he could have been Rookie of the Year if he didn't get hurt
Yeah.
last year. He had such a hot start, and then he was out till like September, basically. And he's in a rare category by himself. He is the first player, and I don't know how long, to get a bobblehead that is not Mike Trout or
Sure,
Shohei
that's
Ohtani. He is getting one this year, so congrats, Logan.
Yeah.
You have broken the trend of only those bobbleheads.
To those bobblehead collectors, the Logan O'Hoppe bobblehead has just raised stock. It's going to be the Loon Edition. So
Yeah.
better get one.
Yeah, so I don't know how to feel about the upcoming season. Prior seasons I always had hope because we had Trout and Ohtani. And then we make signings. I get excited about those signings. We've only signed bullpen this year basically and Aaron Hicks, and Ohtani's gone. So going into this season, I'm not feeling too thrilled. Mike, how do you feel going into this season?
I'm always optimistic.
Yeah.
2002, we didn't have any stars.
No, we didn't. That was a bunch of young, like scrappy guys,
Right.
and they just pulled it together and they got the job done. It felt very Nationals, 2019 Nationals.
So I'm always optimistic.
Yeah, and
Well,
this was a big topic last week for me and Bobo. Rendon. How do you feel about Anthony Rendon?
He already made like the
Yeah,
whale.
I would like to see him play a full season,
same.
and we know he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he stays healthy and he helps us out this year.
Yeah, and if you had to pick one free agent that is still on the market to sign with the Angels, who would you pick? You got
We need pitching.
so
Blake Snell.
Snell.
We need pitching.
Yeah. Coming off a Cy Young year. I think the thing that the Angels front office is just so scared of, because it's happened so many times to us, is we sign these huge contracts and they're all just bleh. Pujols was okay.
Yeah.
They wanted him for like the milestone aspect of his career.
I
to be
think
honest.
we got
Like, look at it,
what
because we got most of them. Yeah.
expected out of him.
Yeah.
You got his 500, 600th, and 700th.
Yeah.
So,
home
okay,
run.
well, you guys saw more Angels baseball when Pujols first signed. I mean, he was still pretty good.
I know
right?
where
So-
I know where I was when he signed. I was walking to history class my sophomore year, and he
Really?
signed as I was walking, and I got the notification. I was like, "What?"
You're like, what?
Yeah, I know where I was when Rendon signed too. I was in that room, and it popped up on the TV. So there was him. There was the Hamilton contract.
yeah.
There was Vernon Wells. There was Bobby Abreu. We've done so many of these contracts, and the only one that like panned out was Pujols and Torrey Hunter. That was about it. Like everybody else
Yeah.
kind of just went downhill. That's the trend of Angels signings. When I tell people they have their best years of their career, and then we sign
And
them
then
to
we
just
sign
watch them to go down. That's the trend of being an Angel.
Oh my!
But that is everything I have today. So thank you for joining us, Mike, on Off the Field. We got to get you to sign this. All our guests sign our banner right here. So we'll get that really quick, and then we'll send you guys to the outro.
Right next to Captain America. And question: are we gonna let our boy Lucas sign it? Of course. He's gotta. Lucas, where are you kind of thinking of going right now? Because the sweet spot of the baseball's still there. Oh, right next to this arm, right above him, actually.
I'm a little crooked now because I had to adjust the camera, but yeah, that'll be the end of the episode. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lucas, for joining us, giving us a little bit of inside life on what it's like to be an MLB usher.
It's fun.
Yeah, I imagine.
If you like baseball, I recommend it.
Hell yeah. And we post Thursday, Apple and Spotify, 2 p.m. every week.
And Fridays, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know by now, Tuesday or Friday, YouTube video goes up at 2 p.m. So make sure to be up on par with that.
Subscribe, follow. Baseball season is right around the corner, so we're about to get all mixed in with that. And we will see you in episode number 55.
Later.